on CityCast Nashville, we are encouraging you to put down your phone and look up. Birds are everywhere in Nashville, from your backyard to downtown's famous purple martins, and more people than ever are discovering the joy of birding. Today, we are joined by Kristen Englands and Liz Clayton Fuller of the Nashville chapter of the Feminist Bird Club to talk about why a little birding might be exactly what we all need right now. It's Wednesday, June 24th. I'm Marie Cecile Anderson, and this is what Nashville's talking about. What's the most Nashville bird?
Kristen, what's your answer for this? I'm curious.
I think the most commonly spoken about bird is the purple martin, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've also heard the crane. Hey, it's a joke. Get it?
Oh, that's funny. I was like, actually, I do usually see sandhill cranes flying above and I flip out every time. So that's could
true.
be a really cool one.
No, just the construction all over our town.
That's hilarious.
I think I'm going to say Carolina wren because they are such beautiful, loud, prolific singers. So that's kind of a nod to Music City.
Oh,
Amazing.
I love that.
What are we missing when we're walking around Nashville with our heads down looking at our phones?
All the birds, every bird. You're missing every bird.
Yeah.
When people hear bird watching, they may picture, some retirees with binoculars. Who actually showed up to your first birding event in Nashville?
It was amazing. There were a ton of people and definitely all ages. Liz's daughter came. So
That's true. Yes.
And there was I think there was a 12-year-old there as well.
And lots of different experience levels as well. Like when you picture the old retired birder, you think of someone who knows every single bird that there is. But some people were birding for the very first time with us. And that was really awesome. Thank you all for coming out.
I know. Yeah, I love that it felt like a safe enough and welcoming enough space, which it was for people to come out. And people were just really into birds and nature and wanted to find like-minded people in Nashville. And I think we created that community pretty successfully, which was awesome.
Why do you think bird watching is taking off so much with the younger generations?
I don't know if I'm allowed to be in the younger generation, but I think that younger generations are sort of searching for the antidote to the crippling amount of screen time that we are often experiencing in our work and our lives and our leisure. And birding requires you to be still and be present and be observant. And I think that people are finding that that is such a beautiful, peaceful thing that you can incorporate into your life, and very easily too. It's quite accessible. So
I agree. I think the demons of social media were utilized in a good way also, and apps and everything. I think the bird word spread on social media in a way that was accessible to people. And there's, stories of people going out birding or seeing a bird or doing bird calls, drawing birds. And I think it opened up that world and marketed birds in a way that maybe seemed cool or was, something that people hadn't thought about before, and the algorithm served it to them, and then, went outside and had that experience. Like, oh, this is actually really nice and exciting and healthy and positive.
Oh, I hear a bird right now.
yeah.
Beautiful.
That's not me on my
I think it's me.
Do you know what kind of bird that is, just off the top of your head?
It's a Carolina wren, I think.
It's a wren. Yeah. It's a wren. Yeah.
Look at that.
I know.
Our
That's
first wren on the
hilarious.
pod. Well, let's get into what is bird watching. Is it literally just walking around and waiting for a bird to show up?
I like to frame it as birding rather than bird watching, because oftentimes you are not always seeing the bird that you're experiencing. Right now, for instance, this wren is absolutely scream singing outside of my window. And I can't see them, but I am experiencing them. I think birding can look a lot of different ways for a lot of people. Some folks are really into treating it like Pokemon, and we are making a list and we are collecting the birds that we see, and that is fulfilling for them. For me, birding looks like going to a place and just experiencing the birds that happen to be there at the same time as me. I think that's what the most beautiful part of it is for me, is sort of the random happenstance of it. Like, I can't control any part of it. I just show up and the birds are doing their thing and living their lives, and I get to experience them the way that they are, unbothered by me. So yeah, it's just, it's literally just showing up somewhere and looking for birds. You don't even have to show up somewhere. You can look while you're walking your dog, listen while you're taking your garbage out.
Yeah. I think it's a really wonderful touch point to nature, because even if you can't see them, you can hear them. And wherever you are, it's a really lovely way to be present.
So are you encouraging people to really just put down their phones? Because I do know people would be so quick to grab their phone to take a picture, or I'm sure there's a bird app out there that would help you identify the bird. So do you encourage people to really just be present and check out the live show, like you said, Kristen, around you?
I would always say yes, but I do think, like Liz is saying, there's tons of different definitions to birding, and people who do like birding do it differently. I think it is nice to just go outside and listen and observe without your phone always. And I think that's very important for mental health. But the bird app that most people use, Merlin, is so much fun to use. And I think it is such a great way for new birders, especially, and existing birders, to get into it. And it has a sound ID as well. So like Liz could probably open up that app and it would pin down the Carolina wren. So it's a really cool way to use technology. And I mean, yeah, you can also take pictures. There's a lot of birders out there who are incredible photographers and just love like taking great pictures and being still with their cameras. And phones have gotten a lot better too. Mine doesn't do the whole zoom thing with accuracy, but I think there is also something meditative and connected in using technology and like standing in the same place for 20 minutes to get a picture. It is sort of a different use of technology.
I would love to spread the good word of Merlin. I do love getting off my phone, but Merlin is such an incredible app and such an incredible tool. It's totally free, and it's like Shazam for birdsong.
Yeah,
and
it's amazing.
It's such a cool app, and it really kind of helps open your eyes to, you're not necessarily seeing these birds, but they're singing all around you in the tops of trees, and you can learn who they are. And it's just, it's a powerful tool, and I'm a big fan of it.
Step into a summer filled with music and history at Andrew Jackson's Hermitage. You do not want to miss Country Night on June 26th, the final concert in the inaugural Roots and Rhythms Americana Concert Series presented by Wilson Bank and Trust. Enjoy an unforgettable evening of live music, local food and drinks, and community on the historic grounds of the Hermitage. Bring a blanket or lawn chair and settle in for performances by Elizabeth Cook and Tim Easton. Hosted by Jesse Scott of WMOT Roots Radio 89.5 FM. The evening will also feature a special presentation honoring legendary songwriter and 2026 Roots and Rhythms Legacy Award recipient Steve Earle, with the award accepted on his behalf by his sister Stacey Earle. Doors open at 5 p.m. with music beginning at 7. Guests of all ages are welcome, and children 13 and under get in for free. General admission tickets are $20 or $10 for Hermitage members. VIP tickets are also available for $50 and include access to a private lounge, dedicated bar, and priority seating. You do not want to miss the final night of Roots and Rhythms Americana Concert Series. Get your tickets today at thehermitage.com. Let's talk about the Feminist Bird Club itself. This actually is an international organization. So what made you think Nashville needed a chapter?
So I'll put it this way, with a lot of affection in my heart. Someone said to me that they were seeking birding community, and what they saw was pale, male, and stale. And lovingly, I have learned a lot of things from the pale male stale birders in my life, but the birding community doesn't always look like somewhere that you could see yourself if you are a person of color, a queer person, a disabled person, a young person. I've always been a huge fan of the idea of Feminist Bird Club, and I just wanted somewhere in Nashville where everyone felt like they could come. And that's not to say that other birding organizations are intentionally exclusive, but sometimes just the way that you present and who shows up is sort of exclusive in itself. So I think we wanted to create a space where people felt welcome to learn and to grow, that you could show up and you don't have to have expensive binoculars and know every single bird that has ever been seen in the world and things like that. So it was for our community, and it was also selfish because I really wanted to make this community to meet people and make friends and find community. And I'm really thankful so far for it.
Yeah, I agree. We kind of came to it from different angles too. Liz, you were involved with the Feminist Bird Club national chapter already, I believe, because you designed their patch or their logo, maybe?
I designed this year's Feminist Bird Club patch. They sell a patch every year, and I got to paint a mama and a baby American woodcock, and they sell the patches and raise tons of money for really cool charity organizations, and I was honored to do the art for it.
Amazing.
And then you were like, wait, why is this in Nashville?
Yes.
And then I was on Facebook, speaking of social media, possibly doing some good. And someone, I think in the East Nashville Facebook group, was like, I heard about this thing that would be really cool to have in Nashville. And I don't think there's a Nashville chapter. And why? And could someone lead this? And someone reached out or tagged me, I think, because I have this show about birds and people usually associate me with that. They're like, why don't you do this?
What kind of show about birds, Kristen? You just slide that in there. What's your show about birds?
I just teach people. It's called Caterwauling with Kristen, and it's just a short form vlog that is usually somewhat funny, I think. Not necessarily that it's intended to be funny. But each episode teaches you about a specific bird, and at the end, I do my best to imitate the bird call.
Oh. Okay, well, now I'm going to have to hear some bird calls in a second. In a second.
You're hearing one better than I could ever do in the background. And the first meeting was amazing. It really was just such an incredible group of people and wonderful energy. I think the birds knew somehow and were very supportive. They showed up.
Yeah, it was really incredible. I described it as the bird magic was strong that weekend.
Well, where was your first meetup, and where are other favorite spots of yours?
We first met up at Shelby Bottoms. We met at the Nature Center and then walked around the Greenway. And honestly, it was one of the best birding experiences I've had there. It's always great, but it was just unbelievable. There was even like a wild turkey and a turkey man. I mean, I think he actually hunts turkeys, but he was very passionate about them as well. There was a deep love and adoration for turkeys and understanding of them.
Hunters often are some of the strongest advocates for conservation. And not that I'm a hunter myself, but it is kind of an interesting dichotomy.
It was. It's like, he was teaching us all about the biology of the birds and their psychology. And he was a bird nerd, I think. And I appreciated that. And I appreciated that he pointed out the turkeys to us because they were far in the distance. And I don't know that we would have seen them otherwise because they weren't really calling out.
He did kind of profile us as birders. He was like, you guys might want to see this. And we were like, we do, actually.
Yeah.
That's
like
wonderful.
A huge group of people with binoculars. You're either birders or like, this is something really weird.
Where are other spots in Nashville that you would recommend people go birding?
I love Radnor Lake and Bell's Bend and the Warner Park system. Those are some of my favorite spots. And especially in migration times during the spring and the fall, the warblers really show up at Radnor. So that's a fun place to be.
And then honestly, your backyard, your neighborhood.
So true.
That's a great way to get into it.
Hmm.
Just go for a walk in your neighborhood if it's accessible. There are definitely neighborhoods that are not, you don't really want to walk around. It's kind of gross. But I mean,
I was
I live
gonna
like
say,
on Gallatin and it's not the most beautiful place. But I have 2 trees in my backyard and it is honestly the most like diverse, populated environment that I've lived in East Nashville in terms of the birds that show up in those trees. I feel like it's an island for them that they could come to on
Mhm.
Gallatin.
What's the coolest bird you've seen in Nashville?
all birds are so cool.
I know. Every bird.
Great
Can't
answer.
choose. What is cool?
I don't know how to put a bird on a pedestal. I guess a
Yeah.
lot of people feel like birds that you would not see as often are like the cool birds to see. And I did see some American woodcocks displaying at Bell's Bend doing their, you've probably seen videos of them. They go, "Eek," like they do it, they call it a peent, you know? So I saw them painting and flying and dancing, and that was awesome. That was really
Yeah.
cool.
I used to live on the Cumberland in East Nashville, and there was a pair of woodcocks that lived there, and I would see that like every night. And it was wonderful. It is also just like the derpiest call, and I love it so much. People don't
Yes.
usually think that it's a bird. Actually, they think it's like a frog or
Yeah,
an
like a
insect.
bug. Hmm.
Mhm.
Have you noticed changes in Nashville's bird habitat as the city continues to grow?
My God. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the riverside is getting developed now. And I feel like
Mhm.
that just living on the river, you see how many, not just birds, but other species. It's kind of like one of the last wild spaces that they can sort of safely gather. And that's being removed as well.
It's true with all of the development of Nashville that there are so many fewer plants and trees. And native plants are the host species for insects, which are the food of birds. So it is, if you're for the birds, you're for the plants, and you're for the insects. So I think development of so many green spaces has changed the landscape of Nashville a lot.
Yeah, places are not being developed with the environment in mind. You just see there aren't yards anymore.
Mm.
Like a house, a property is bought, and there are somehow 5 huge houses put on it with like a little, driveway that goes up to each of them, and then maybe grass. But there are places I see that don't even have that.
What was the controversy downtown when
Yeah.
was it the Nashville Symphony that actually cut down trees because of the
They
blue
did.
martins?
Yeah,
the purple martins.
Oh, the
Mhm.
purple, green martins. I don't know.
I mean,
Purple-
they are kind of
purple-
bluish,
No, no.
like depending on how you see it.
In almost every other language, they are called blue martins because
Oh, really?
they are more blue. So
They're blue.
you understand. They're blue,
Okay,
but
good.
they're called
Yeah.
purple martins.
I actually work for a school that the purple martin is the mascot, and they chose like the color of the bird, and everyone called it purple. And I was like, guys, this is blue. Like, I mean, I know the bird's called purple, but I'm seeing blue, and maybe I'm crazy, but
Well, were birders outraged during that time, or is this just a continuing conversation that our city's having?
I mean, definitely I'm not on Twitter anymore, but I wrote my first angry tweet at Mayor Freddie O'Connell. I was like, "Sir, these birds are really important, and I can't believe that this is happening on your watch," because it's just, Nashville, and especially downtown Nashville. I will try not to get on a roll too much about this, but Nashville is continually being molded by force to accommodate tourists rather than the people who live here and the wildlife who lives here. So it just kind of felt like a slap in the face that the birds were inconveniencing the downtown area and that they would go so far as to literally cut down trees so that the birds would not visit once a year. They don't even live there year round. They migrate through, they stay for a couple of weeks, and then they leave. So it's just it kind of feels like a an indicator of Nashville's priorities, and it's really disappointing. And of course, the birds are resilient. They find other trees, but that's not really the point. Let's not force them to do that, you know?
And I mean, there is, not that necessarily Nashville's the place people would think to go, but birding tourism is a thing. And I think it's becoming even more popular. And I mean, I said the purple martin because I think that is the bird people know about in Nashville because it's extraordinary. When you go downtown and they're migrating through and you look and they're just like, it's incredible. It's so cool and exciting. And people are fascinated and they want to know, like, what bird is that? That's amazing. And they get out their cameras, and it is a part of the tourism of this city and Music City. And I felt like we could have gone in such a different direction and embraced that.
You don't want drunk birders downtown?
You know,
I'm sure they exist.
We accept all
certainly
birders.
there's a market for that. Like
I'm
birds
sure.
and booze, somebody just do that. Go for it.
I just think I got marketed to for that. Like, come see the purple martins and then we'll bar hop. Like,
Woo!
okay.
When is the next Feminist Bird Club meeting, and how can people get involved?
So we are working on our next meeting right now. We want to host a Pride Bird Bingo night this month. Happy Pride, by the way.
Happy
everyone.
Pride.
And we are also talking with Warner Parks about doing a Purple Martin viewing event at Warner Parks as well. So if you can find us on Instagram at fbc.nashville, so it's feministbirdclub.nashville, you don't have to have Instagram. You can sign up for our mailing list as well, and we'll keep you in the loop, and we'll be posting about specifics for our next event. Yes.
Amazing. We'll put all that information in today's show notes too, so listeners can check that out. My last question, what do you think about the conspiracy theory that birds aren't real?
So
I can't believe some people actually believe that. I really...
I mean, you know, nothing surprises me much these days.
It is
but
hard
that
to,
one for sure.
True.
So for part of my job, I do scientific illustration, and for learning about birds, here's what I say to people who like to say, well, birds aren't real to me. And it's a little bit metal, so sorry, but I have worked at the Cornell Lab of Ornithology, and I learned how to make a bird study skin, which is like a taxidermy for science. So I have literally turned a bird inside out. I know they're real.
Wow.
That is metal.
Yep, is metal.
It is.
Okay. All right.
Oh, man.
Science backs it up. That
The
is very
science
cool.
is there.
That
Oh, my
might be a
goodness.
good situation to also just like put the phone down, you know?
Yes.
Yes.
And whether you define it a bird or not, you're going to see something that is flying around and making sounds and whatever you want to call that, you know?
Yeah.
This has been so wonderful. I do want to end, Kristen, I want to throw it to you and just give us a bird song or call or
Yes.
whatever, however you'd like to end and
Okay.
say goodbye to us all.
This is a bird that people are probably hearing again. You can technically hear them year round, but I've started hearing them and their mating calls and seeing them flying around. This is my best take at the barred owl.
I mean,
I'm clapping. I'm clapping. That
I'm
was
like almost crying. That was so beautiful. Whoa.
Thanks.
Okay. Put that on a resume, girl. That
Yes.
is outstanding.
The owl was in the room with us.
The owl is in
I
the
do.
room
I
with
have
us.
had some people reach out. They're like, I heard it in my backyard, and there was a moment I wondered if it was you. And I just really like the thought that people think I'm just like creeping around.
Well, again, this has really been very educational. Both of you, thank you so much. Get off your phone, folks, and go look at birds.
Yeah.
Come birding with us.
Come birding with us.
That's all for today here on CityCast Nashville. And don't forget, you can support this show and get great perks by becoming a CityCast Nashville neighbor at membership.citycast.fm. If you enjoyed the show, why not tell your friends, rate the show, leave us a review, and subscribe to our CityCast Nashville newsletter. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Toodles!